Here is a more detailed and expanded drug study of Anidulafungin, commonly used for pharmacology, nursing, and pharmacy assignments. Anidulafungin, detailed drug study. 1. Generic name, drug class, brand name, drug forms. Generic name, Anidulafungin. Drug class, echinocandin antifungal agent. Brand names, Eraxis, Acalta. Available drug forms, sterile lyophilized powder for intravenous infusion. Available strengths, the 50 milligrams vial, 100 milligrams vial. Route of administration, intravenous infusion only, not available orally because it is poorly absorbed in the gastrointestinal tract. Number 2. Definition: Anidulafungin is a semi-synthetic echinocandin antifungal medication used for the treatment of serious fungal infections caused mainly by Candida species. It acts by inhibiting fungal cell wall synthesis, which leads to structural damage and death of fungal cells. It is considered a first-line therapy for invasive candidiasis and candidemia, especially in hospitalized or immunocompromised patients. Number 3. Mechanism of action. The antifungal action of Anidulafungin occurs through selective inhibition of fungal cell wall synthesis. Step-by-step mechanism 1. The drug inhibits the enzyme beta-1,3-D-glucan synthase. 2. This enzyme is responsible for producing beta-1,3-D-glucan, a major structural component of the fungal cell wall. 3. Inhibition leads to defective cell wall formation. 4. The fungal cell wall becomes weak and unstable. 5. Osmotic pressure causes cell rupture and death of the fungal organism. Important point: human cells do not contain beta-1,3-D-glucan, so the drug has selective toxicity toward fungi, making it relatively safe. Number 4. Pharmacokinetics. Absorption: not absorbed through the gastrointestinal tract. Therefore, it is administered intravenously only. Distribution: widely distributed in body tissues. High protein binding, 99%. Volume of distribution, 30 to 50 illers. Effective concentrations achieved in blood, liver, kidneys, lungs. HAP metabolism: unique metabolism, not metabolized by liver enzyme CYP450 system. Undergoes slow chemical degradation in the blood to inactive peptides. Elimination: half-life, approximately 24 to 50 hours. Excreted mainly through feces 30%, urine 1%. Clinical significance: because it is not metabolized by the liver, dose adjustment is usually not required in hepatic or renal impairment. Number 5. Uses: Anidulafungin is used to treat serious systemic fungal infections. Main uses: 1. Invasive candidiasis. 2. Candidemia, candida infection in bloodstream. Esophageal candidiasis. 4. Intra-abdominal candida infections. 5. Peritonitis caused by candida. 6. Candida abscesses. Off-label uses: combination therapy for aspergillus infections, treatment in immunocompromised patients, fungal infections in ICU patients. Number 6. Indications. The drug is indicated for treatment of 1. Candidemia. 2. Invasive candidiasis. 3. Esophageal candidiasis. 4. Candida peritonitis. 5. Candida intra-abdominal abscess. These conditions often occur in ICU patients, cancer patients, HIV patients, organ transplant recipients, patients on prolonged antibiotics. Number 7. Contraindications. Anidulafungin should not be used in patients with 1. Hypersensitivity to anidulafungin. 2. Allergy to echinocandin antifungals. 3. Severe previous anaphylactic reactions to antifungal therapy. Use with caution in pregnant women and children. Number 8. Before taking this medicine, precautions. Before starting treatment, the patient should inform the doctor about medical conditions: liver disease, kidney disease, history of antifungal allergy, immune system disorders. Special populations. Pregnancy, category C, should only be used if benefit outweighs risk. Breastfeeding, not enough data available, use with caution. Monitoring required: liver function tests, signs of allergic reactions, infusion-related reactions. Number 9. How to use Anidulafungin is administered by intravenous infusion in hospital settings. Preparation: 1. Reconstitute the powder with sterile water. 2. Dilute with appropriate IV solution. 3. Infuse slowly. Infusion rate: maximum 1.1 milligrams per minute. Duration of therapy: treatment usually continues at least 14 days after last positive culture, after symptoms resolve. Number 10. Dosing information. For invasive candidiasis, candidemia day 1, loading dose, 200 milligrams IV, maintenance dose, 100 milligrams IV once daily. For esophageal candidiasis, loading dose, 100 milligrams IV, maintenance dose, 50 milligrams IV daily, duration, 14 to 21 days. Number 11, missed dose and overdose. Missed dose. Since the drug is administered in hospitals, healthcare professionals manage dosing. If missed, administer as soon as possible. Do not double the dose. Overdose symptoms may include severe nausea, vomiting, hypotension, electrolyte imbalance, liver enzyme abnormalities. Management includes symptomatic treatment, supportive care. Number 12, stop or avoid taking treatment. Should be stopped if severe allergic reaction, anaphylaxis, severe liver toxicity, serious infusion reactions. Number 13, side effects. Common side effects: fever, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headache, rash, hypokalemia. Serious side effects like hypotension, liver enzyme elevation, anaphylactic reaction, infusion-related reactions, severe skin reactions. Number 14, vital information. Important facts about Anidulafungin: works specifically against Candida species, less toxicity compared to many antifungals, minimal drug interactions, does not require dose adjustment in renal failure, effective against azole-resistant Candida strains. Number 15, other drugs that will affect drug interactions are minimal because Anidulafungin does not use CYP450 metabolism. However, caution is advised with immunosuppressive drugs, hepatotoxic drugs, other antifungal medications. Number 16, drug comparison feature Anidulafungin, caspofungin, micafungin, fluconazole. Drug class, echinocandin, azole, route IV, oral and IV. Drug interactions, very low, moderate, low, high. Liver metabolism, no, yes, partial, yes. Use, invasive candida, candida and aspergillus, candida and cryptococcus. Then number 17, patient teaching. Patient teaching is important to ensure safe use, effectiveness of treatment, and prevention of complications. The following points should be explained to the patient or caregiver. 1. Purpose of the medication. Explain that Anidulafungin is an antifungal medicine used to treat serious infections caused by fungi, especially candida infections in the blood, esophagus, or internal organs. It helps stop the growth of fungi and clears the infection. 2. Administration information. Inform the patient that the medicine is given only through intravenous IV infusion in the hospital. It will be administered by a trained healthcare professional, not self-administered at home in most cases. The infusion is given slowly to avoid infusion reactions. 3. Importance of completing treatment. The patient should complete the full course of therapy, even if symptoms improve. Stopping the drug early may cause the infection to return or worsen. 4. Monitoring during treatment. Inform the patient that doctors may perform regular blood tests, including liver function tests, blood cultures, electrolyte levels. These tests help ensure the medicine is working properly and safely. 5. Possible side effects to report. Patients should immediately inform the healthcare provider if they experience fever or chills, severe nausea or vomiting, skin rash or itching, difficulty breathing, swelling of face, lips, or throat, yellowing of skin or eyes, possible liver problem, severe abdominal pain. These may indicate allergic reactions or serious side effects. 6. Infusion-related reactions. Patients should report symptoms during infusion such as flushing, dizziness, shortness of breath, chest discomfort. The nurse may slow down or stop the infusion if these occur. 7. Drug and medical history. Patients should inform their healthcare provider about all medications they are currently taking, any previous allergic reactions to antifungal drugs, history of liver disease, if they are pregnant or breastfeeding. 8. Infection prevention advice. Patients should be encouraged to maintain good personal hygiene, wash hands regularly, avoid contact with individuals who have infections, follow hospital infection control guidelines. 9. Follow-up care. Patients should attend all scheduled follow-up visits. Doctors may continue treatment until laboratory tests confirm the infection is cleared. 10. Lifestyle and diet advice. No specific dietary restrictions are required. Maintain adequate hydration and balanced nutrition to support recovery. Thank you. Have a nice day.